I'm Angie Jack. Um, I have been an agent close to 7 years. Um, and um, and I've been with Keller Williams since then. So what I love to do is to just have a really quick introduction, just a couple of words. Jill, you can start. When did you join? And what I'm interested, because in this course or in this class, we're going to talk about how to have conversations with people and how to be able to connect with people we don't know, which is one of the hardest things sometimes, and kind of have a very hopefully productive conversation. So, Jill, how long have you been a realtor?
Only 2 months.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, if you were to say my number one problem from having a hard time talking to people I don't know is what? Fill in the blank.
I don't know how to
Just whatever
start
comes to your mind. Whatever comes to your mind.
start a conversation because I usually don't talk to strangers after.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great thing to discuss. Victoria?
Hi, I'm Victoria. I don't have a problem talking to strangers, but I have a problem being having imposter syndrome. So talking to strangers about, hi, I'm a realtor. What can I do for you? Because I feel like I don't have all the answers.
Got it. Okay, good. Tim?
Hey everyone, I'm Tim Hessian. I've been with Keller Williams Legacy for just over a year and real estate also just over a year. I hopped on right after I got my license. Kind of echoing Victoria, I don't necessarily feel like I have a problem talking with strangers. Where I struggle is um, non-in-person interactions, cold
Hmm.
calling, things like that. I feel like I truly shine talking to strangers when I'm face to face. So I'm curious to find some workarounds when you're dealing with phone calls, stuff like that.
Yes. Yes, that's a great one. And then is Wayne going to participate, or Wayne, are you at work and can't talk or be seen or anything like that? Drop us something on the chat so we know where you're at. And I know that Allison is in the office. Um, I don't read the chat, so Allison, if you can read those, because I'll just mainly be talking to the folks here. Okay, so here's the deal. I didn't have any problem when I started talking to people. Also, because I'm old. But my first career has been film and TV for over 30 years. So I had a lot of training about not being conscious about what I say, who do I say it to, how I look in public, or anything like that. Um, and that has served me a lot. One of my favorite things to do is to get on the phone and to just do cold calling. I know that sounds weird, but that is the case. And I think one of the great things that I think of when I get on the phone is that it's nothing personal. Absolutely. It's just as easy as that. It's nothing personal. Nobody cares. Nobody's heard you before. And all you would do is just help them out if they need help. And it's timing. If you happen to call that person who that person at that time in their mind is thinking, oh, I really need to start thinking of buying a house, boom, you got a connection. Okay, so timing is really important. Now, me personally, how I create the timing is numbers. So if I call 50 people or 20 people or 10 people a day, it doesn't matter. I'm just putting 10 people a day, 10 people a day. It doesn't matter if they hang up on the phone, if they tell me to go screw myself, whatever that case might be. It doesn't matter because I'm just doing the numbers, right? That doesn't mean that I am robotic, on the phone. As a matter of fact, somebody called me the other day and they were selling, plots for few, when you die, like cemetery plots, and they're like, "Hey, are you Angelique Jack?" Angelique is my full name. I said, "Yes," and then they say where they're from, and I said, "Well, I'm not dead yet." That's what I said to them. and they did not even acknowledge what I said. They went into their script that they had in front of them. They did not say, "Oh, well, that's not why I'm calling," or make a joke about it. I was joking, but they could have gone with me. And they didn't. They kind of went, "Well, I'm calling from blah 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 blah, and I wanted to see if you would be interested because all the things, the services we've offered." And I didn't care about that. So it's you doing the numbers and making those calls every day doesn't mean that you cannot be personable. You cannot be present, which is one of the most important things in my mind. Being present, you're actually listening to the other person. And when you're listening, you'll be able to come back and say whatever it is at that moment is the right thing to say. So, so thinking about it that way, Tim, I don't know if that helps in any way. I'm just going to do the numbers. The other thing is to practice, to not really call. I mean, dial the number, hang up, but still go through the conversation live. Right? So, hi, how are you? My name is Angie Jack, and I'm calling from Keller Williams. I was just wondering if you or anyone in your family is thinking of buying a new home. Hang up. So I'll do that 30 times until I feel comfortable saying that. Jill, that might also help you, because you said you're not used to talking to strangers. So, that might also help you. So just practice. And then the next call would be a little bit further and then a little bit further. And that is very helpful for me to just kind of recommend to get more comfortable on the phone. The other thing that I've discovered is like when I first started, like even 7 years ago, even 5, 6, 4, 3 years ago, we were doing a lot of cold calling. And cold calling is great because you take the charge off of that act. Does that make sense? Like we have a charge on it. Like it's like, oh my God, cold calling. So there's like this negativity that's on it. So if you just keep doing it, that negativity is going to leave. And you're going to be left with, oh, it's just another thing, like having a cup of coffee or making another call to someone else. So the more you do it, the easier it is. But from what I found out recently, texting works a lot better in people answering, at least to me. I find that I do a lot of open houses. So obviously the follow-up to the open house is the most important thing. And when I do that, I text them and, hey, nice to meet you on my open house. I love to follow up, blah, 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 blah. Now, one of the things that I do is if people, I know I'm jumping around just because I want to and have so much to say. And I love, all of this. So, if I don't make sense, please raise your hand. Open houses, when they come in and they, sign up, at the back of it, there's like sign-in sheets, right? So there's a box for each person that comes in and they put their name, their phone number, email. When they leave, in the back, I write little notes to myself of what conversation I had with that person. Like, oh, they're seniors, they're relocating, they live in Towson right now, they want to go to blah, blah, blah. So when I text them, or even when I call, or when I see a property, and usually I go within 2-3 days after I meet them online and I see if there are any other homes in that area that they're looking for, I send it to them and say, hey, at my open house, you told me that you're thinking about moving to Columbia. Here's a couple of, one-level homes that I found in Columbia I thought you might like. Check it out. So I keep that conversation going with texting. And then obviously also calling, but I'm just making that as an option. And I just kind of want to address everybody's, thing that they said in the back, and then we can open it up to questions. But sorry, Victoria. Okay, so you're afraid that they might ask you a question and you won't know how to answer it.
Yes, but I'm getting less. I've been doing a lot of practice recently. So
Okay.
And I know more.
Okay.
So that's giving me more confidence.
Exactly.
I just did what you just talked about the other day. So
Which
I'm sort
part?
of calling somebody who came to the open house, or I texted them.
Yes.
They're younger. I mean, I'm in my 50s, so they were, a young family and they want to live with their parents. They came to the open house, and I'm sort of assisting and co-agenting with a friend
Right.
in Keller Williams Capital Properties.
Great.
And so she gives me the buyers to follow up with. And I did text. She texted me back. And as soon as she texted me back, I called her. Because I'm
Great.
like, instead of having this continue down this text road, it's like, and I think, a month ago, I wouldn't have done that. I would have still been a little bit
Fantastic.
shy.
Did
I
she
realized,
answer? Did she
yeah,
answer?
she answered. We had a conversation I asked her about all her needs, where her kids go to school, does she want, and then set her up and sent her some properties.
Fantastic.
I did find that I talked over her sometimes,
Mm.
and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, shut up, Vicky.
That's great. No, I used to do that a lot and probably still do.
Like, you're so anxious.
Exactly. Wait, I don't think it's anxiety. I think it's excitement.
Uh-huh.
I think you're so excited that you actually got someone that you're connecting with and it's going well and I mean, you're answering their questions and you just have so much you want to share with them. So don't think of it as anxiety, think of it as an excitement. The other thing that I heard Ilana say once in a meeting, and I thought it was really awesome, if you get off the phone with someone after you've had a conversation and you let them speak more than you're speaking, they feel like they've had a good conversation,
I agree.
right?
Mhm.
So if you just let them, you put a question out there, but then just let them talk,
Yeah.
right? And then they will start revealing a lot more.
And
So
this
those
is funny too, Andy, sorry to interrupt you.
yeah.
Good at that.
No, go
I'm
for it.
also a journalist and filmmaker.
Fantastic.
So I normally am a very good interviewer and let people talk. But I think, because I don't have the confidence yet in this realm, I sort of.
Right. But what you're thinking is, oh, there's a void, so I should say something, to kind of keep that conversation going. But just think it like when you have those questions ready of what you're going to ask that potential buyer or seller, know that the questions are already loaded, right? So when you say, what area are you looking at?
Mhm.
Then step back and let them speak, and you just take notes. They do
Mhm.
this, they do this, I'm looking here, I'm looking there. Great. What's your ideal home? How many homes does that house needs to have? How many bathrooms? Tell me how you envision it. Step back. Listen to what they say. So what you're doing is you're giving them an opportunity to kind of dream with you,
Mhm.
right? To dream about their house. So it's really and how many of us get that opportunity during the day to for people asking us about us, to speak about us and what our needs and dreams are. So it's a privilege in some way to be in that position, I think. So yeah, I wouldn't worry. What I would do is, I mean, obviously you're saying you're a filmmaker, that's awesome, so you've had a lot of practice. Have you done documentaries?
Yeah,
Great. I
that's what I
have too.
do.
So we'll need to talk at another time.
Yeah.
But so about asking questions and about listening. So, but what I would recommend in regards to just feeling right, and making sure you say, they ask you a question that you don't know, is to just absorb everything you can right now. And if that is the case, they say, I don't know, has there been an instance when someone asked you something you couldn't answer? Give me an example
Oh,
recently.
I mean, just details about property that are in the disclosures, that I know where to find them or.
Great. One thing I always say is, let me call the agent and get more information on that, get specific, because sometimes not everything is put on that listing, and I will call you back.
Mhm.
I mean, don't do it right at that time they asked you, at the end of the conversation. Say, okay, now you asked me about A, B, and C. And what I like to do is call the agent, the listing agent, and just ask them really specific questions
Mhm.
about what you just said, because sometimes they don't put everything on the listing. And I will call you back by the end of the day today and give you the answers to that. You get what I get from that is that you get another conversation with them, right? So you get more chances to bond. B, they will take your call because now you're calling them back on something they wanted to know. And then the other thing is that you're taking that extra step to call the agent on their behalf, and you're doing research on their end. And that's very common. I say that all the time because they don't put all the information on there. There's a lot more. And also, um, you know, it's you get to find little things that nobody else knows in case they want to make an offer. Like if I know that that seller needs to be out of their house in like 2 weeks, and whatever, when I make my offer or when I talk to my client about making the offer, I try to gear it towards how can we make this as fast as possible because they need to be out. What can we give the seller to feel good about going into bed with us? To, use a funny term. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've talked to a lot of realtors lately. I feel like they're they're this personality type, or they've learned to be, and there's just so much communication from the good ones. Like I'm showing houses tonight to, again, my sort of mentor,
Yes.
her clients, and she emailed me right away, the agent. Oh, there's a refrigerator where the dishwasher should be, like, just know that blah, 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 blah. So when we walk in, obviously she doesn't want to put that in the description because that's a little awkward, but there'll be a new there'll be a new dishwasher when you go, and let me know if you have any questions. And she's already, you know, establishing a relationship with me, which I really like.
Exactly. And then you tell your client, by the way, the listing agent just called me and told me that there's going to be a new refrigerator. Nobody else knows that, but you know what I mean? So it
Mhm.
shows that you're connected, that you're like, on the phone every day, you're getting new information coming to you, and that they're already ahead of the game of other buyers who might be making an offer for the same property. So it's kind of cool. It's just being involved. And the way that I see it is like if it was my daughter that I was showing the house to, or my sister or whoever, I would have that personal, you know, inquiry about every detail, as I would have for somebody that's a friend or a family member, as any other client that I would be doing. And I have found out that they really do appreciate it. So that's good. Jill, talk to me.
Hi.
Hi. I know I'm a stranger, but you can talk to me.
What should I talk about? Like my answers.
Yeah. So I know, the younger generation, we kind of brought up all our kids saying, don't talk to strangers. And that's really kind of funny that you said that, because when I had my niece staying with me, she's 30. But when she was 16, she came and stayed with me. I'm from California. I moved to Maryland about 6 years ago. But when she was staying with me, every time she would leave the house, I would say, talk to strangers. Talk to
Oh,
strangers. Say hello to one person that you don't know today. Just one, just to exercise that muscle, because that's a muscle that we all have, of how comfortable we are to talk to people we don't know. And if we don't exercise it, just like, biceps or, glutes or whatever, then that stays dormant, right? So one of the recommendations I can make, and you might want to try it, is to just in the morning when you get up and you look at your schedule and do all your things, I'm going to make 2 calls today. I'm going to make 1 call today. And then tomorrow I'm going to make 2 calls today. Even if all you're going to say is, hi, I'm Jill, and they hang up. Thank you so much. Bye bye. I always say thank you if they hang up,
you mean like
but that's okay.
actually calling the person, but just saying hi.
Anyone,
Okay.
anyone. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jill. How are you? I'm a realtor. Let them hang up on you. There's a great book that says go for the no.
Uh-huh.
Means that when you get on the phone, go, your intention is for them to say, no, I'm not interested. Thank you. And hang up on you. That's what you should shoot for when you make a call. And you
Okay.
should listen to it. I think it's like an hour and a half long of a book, but it's brilliant because it takes that edge off of uncomfortableness, right? But what I recommend is to, yeah, do start talking to strangers at the supermarket. Oh my God, your baby's so cute. Move on. That's all. Just give them love. Just pass
Okay.
love. You don't need to like expect anything back or whatever. So Sunday I had a booth at the Bridal Expo at the convention center, right? I did it last year with Kirsten. So Kirsten is away right now, so I was doing it by myself. And my gosh, it was so much to just get there and bring tablecloths and bring a basket that we, um, raffle off and all the paperwork and this and that. It was just by the time they let the doors in to let the brides in, I was already exhausted and I was going to be there for 5 hours. I got to tell you, I had to work I lost my phone on the way. I forgot the most important thing is to bring the table. I had to go rent a table the last minute for $80. I mean, it was like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I'm driving there. My husband is driving me there because he had to help me unload. And I was thinking, why am I doing this? I don't freaking need to do this. Why am I doing this? And as soon as I see the first bride that came in and came to our table, to my table, I connected with that person and I noticed that she had the most beautiful ring on. I didn't need to talk to her about buying a house. I kind of went, how do you do any houseworks? Because I would just be looking at my ring even when I'm washing dishes. I mean, it was so beautiful, right? Um, and she started conversation with me. And we had like this beautiful conversation at some point. I mean, she can see I'm a realtor. I had all my signs around. I fixed up the booth really nice, you know. Um, I said, yeah, are you and your fiance thinking about,
Yeah.
buying a house, or are you going to spend all the money on the wedding? I would like try to be and funny and just like, yeah, we are, and we started that conversation. So look at what's in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Whoever that person is, and connect with them on something. You must have something in common. So that is really going to help you get over some of the shyness, that a lot of people have, not just you, a lot of people have. And I always say, I used to have a wonderful, wonderful acting teacher in my younger days who used to say, being shy is actually you denying the people from getting to know you.
Yeah, sort of.
So it's a shield that you put on that you don't give these other people the opportunity to get to know you. So I'm shy, and then you keep that as a guard that's something kind of special. I'm sure it is at some situations, but think about that when you do that, or when you don't approach people and talk to them, you're not really offering your most authentic self. And your most authentic self must be phenomenal, right? So even though they're strangers, sometimes the best connections come from those interactions,
Can I
right?
I'll
interject,
start
Angie?
practicing.
Yes, jump in.
Jill, last week after Fast Track, you reached out via Instagram like immediately to send me a message saying that it was great to meet me and that we'd love to connect more. And like you and I didn't know each other. And I know that we have this bridge of, working under the same umbrella, but I feel like take that approach because you reached out immediately, like right as soon as we ended the call.
Uh,
Fantastic.
I thought texting is easier, but just talking to strangers, I need to work on that. But
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And just so you know, in the beginning of the year, I'm going to do like a personal development class, and we're going to work on stuff like that.
Mhm.
We would work on talking to strangers, like actively, physically being there, not on Zoom or anything, like being there. So you might want to join us on that.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a question for Jill because I mean, I have a 21-year-old. I know you're not 21, but like her and her friends, and even to me, she says FaceTime me. She doesn't say call me. So it's funny because I started doing that to some other older people like me, and they're like, "Why are you FaceTiming me?"
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm used to it. But I feel like young people are used to like video chatting all the time, and maybe that's
Yeah.
a way to do it. Like if you're at a house or something and you have somebody who you thought wanted to look for a house, hey, I'm here at this house, go on FaceTime, let me show you, or I don't know.
Right.
Maybe that
Well,
works.
I mean, yeah, you got to make sure that that's something they want. Some people like it, some people don't. But being at the house or shooting a video with you showing the house, you can take that file and text it to people. That also is nice. Again, you can rehearse that. You
Mhm.
would rehearse that with your friend, and pick like and learn from, watch yourself after you've done it and then do it again. I'm sure you guys talk a lot about, how to do videos and all the other stuff and the other classes, but that's one of the challenges. Wayne, did Wayne answer my question earlier, Allison? No? So we don't know. Is he an agent? Is he part of the group? I can't really see everybody who's here, so I
I'm
apologize.
looking. I'm looking on my side.
Who else is that I can see that we haven't addressed? I've just been talking to Tim and Victoria and Jill. Is there anyone else? Oh, Miriam.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm actually a like returning agent. I just reactivated my license after a few years inactive, and I put this on my calendar. I don't remember where I saw it, but I'm just trying to, get in a rhythm of training and meeting people. So I'm not even sure if I was supposed to sign up for a group or
That's okay.
all works. But
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we were just talking about, being open and forming communications with people we don't know and feeling comfortable talking to strangers and people that we just meet on the street. So yeah. So what I was thinking we do for the next half hour is maybe do some mock calling. You guys done that at all? You have? Okay. Okay, great. So let's like play. We'll just, pretend. Let's pretend. How about if we have Tim and Miriam, you guys, Tim, you can be the agent, and Miriam, you can be the seller. Okay.
Okay, I'll say I was earlier on when I was listening, I was just telling one of my friends yesterday, I'm like, wow, I'm so like kind of rusty with certain things that I was doing before, and like certain things I was good at have atrophied. So I would say like even, mock calling and things like that. So anyways, I'm shy.
Great. Great. So listen. What I want you to do is get everything wrong.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So when Tim asks you whatever, you can talk about Starbucks. I want you to get everything wrong. Right? So Tim, go for it.
All right, agent, seller, is there any specific scenario, any type of?
Well, you're trying to get her to list her house.
Okay. Maybe we'll take like
You
a
found you
example.
found out from a friend that she's thinking about selling her house and moving to Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay? So go for it.
Okay, wonderful. Hey, good morning. Is this Miriam?
Wait. Ding ding. on, you got to bring reality in. That makes you,
Yeah.
that brings you present.
All right, ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. Is this Miriam?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Miriam. My name is Tim Hessian, and I'm a local real estate agent in the Baltimore metro area. I work with Keller Williams Legacy. And I heard through a friend of mine that you have a move to Atlanta in the near future, and you were thinking about listing your property here. And I'm just, reaching out, seeing if um, I can be a resource in any way, shape, or form for you in this process, and just learn a little bit more about you and, if and what you need help with.
Yeah, thank you for reaching out. Yeah, this move is tentative. I'm not really sure when I'll be going. I'm also, trying to consider, do I want to rent it out? Like, do I want tenants or do I want to sell? And I'm just not really sure right now.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about the property? I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, so it's a row home I'm not familiar with Baltimore. Let's say the Inner Harbor, is that a
Remember everything wrong.
okay, good, because I do not know. Okay, so it's a row home. I haven't been here too long. Let's see. I moved here for a new job, but I recently got laid off, so I'm taking my
Oh,
talents
no.
to Atlanta. However, I know that some areas in Baltimore are better for renting and some for selling. I'm just not quite sure about my neighborhood. It is a three-story row home in XYZ neighborhood.
Sure. Well, just from my experience working in the city, we'll call it Fells Point, being down by the water, and that's such a desirable neighborhood, especially from what I know with a pretty young crowd. So the opportunity to leverage this property as a rental, could be an option for you for sure. I think it just, comes down to the piece of, whether or not, um, with this move to Atlanta, you feel like you want to either A, have a little bit more money in your pocket to go further in Atlanta, or, how temporary it's going to be. Is there a specific reason why you're headed in that direction?
New job opportunity
Cool.
there. Yeah. So mm, uh, I'm hesitant to sell because, I love this property, but if I were to, let's see, what am I trying to ask you? There are some repairs and things that need to be done. So, are what services do you provide in listing with you?
Well, with, listing with me and through Keller Williams, we have a lot of great resources. Um, in terms of any fixes or repairs or, getting anything done, the first thing I would love to do is meet in person and come and see the property, so that I can, really have a good look at it, and give you my opinion. The other thing I think would be smart, that can really help weigh our decision and whether or not you're thinking of just selling completely or keeping it on as an investment property, is to just look at what the market is saying in that area, in terms of sales and in rentals.
Okay, great.
Checking.
I'm gonna stop you guys here. No, you're doing great. Yeah. Just because I want to get to everybody.
Sure.
So, Tim, what did you find challenging about all of this?
I think for me, the most challenging thing that I think just takes time and practice is structuring the conversation from my end based off of my listening, kind of having to quick think and be like, okay, this is what I've heard, okay, I also heard this, I also heard this, and learning how to prioritize and
Mm,
what should I bring up first, what should, what can I leave a little bit more to the side and maybe come back to. how do I drive this conversation? What do I
Right,
pick apart as most
right,
important?
right. I thought you asked great questions. Some of the things that she said, I think you answered them well. Like when she talked about tenants, um, what I would recommend on that end is to, since you knew or you know that you're going on the phone with somebody who's relocating, think about what she's going to say before you get on the phone. What would somebody who's relocating to Atlanta would want? Either keep it as a rental or sell it. So you can have those answers ready in just one sentence.
Okay.
It's you have a very calming kind of conversational way about you, which I really like. Now, what I would just bring into that is um uh, uh like you mentioned, a lot of information in one sentence, and then ask her and then stand back, right? Like she said, I don't know about tenants, much about tenants. One of the things that I would have asked her is, well, do you need to sell this house in order to buy anything in Atlanta? Or are you going to be renting in Atlanta? Those are direct questions that you're going to help her figure out whether she wants to keep it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does she have a manager in mind who will be able to manage the property?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people who are thinking they want to do this, they have no idea all the work that takes to have a rental. And you want that listing, right? Not only that, if she's buying something in Atlanta, you have a Keller Williams agent there that you can refer her to,
Yeah,
right?
that was on my list of things to bring up.
Yeah, yeah. So good, good. So I like that. I like that you said the best thing to do is for me to come over and look at your place, look at your place and kind of give you my overall opinion. And what I like to do is do like an evaluation of the property. And I can tell you, the other thing you might want to know is how long has she been in the place? If she's been there 6, 7 years, she will have some equity accumulated. So
Mhm.
then you can also let her know that she can make money if she sells it, not just pay the mortgage off, right?
Mhm.
So these are some other questions. But the way that I saw our conversations, what I would do is I love your calming and very kind of assured way that you speak, but I would just have those 5 or 6 sentences, in your back pocket that emerge a lot of information, kind of like an open-ended questions, and then issue them and let them know. I mean, let her talk.
Yeah.
Very
Very-
good. Okay, Miriam and Jill. Miriam, you call Jill and ask her if she would like to buy that house that's been on the market next to her. Her neighbor is selling, and you found her name from her neighbor, and her neighbor told you that she might be willing to buy because she's just got engaged. So now you're going to call her and see if she's interested in buying her neighbor's house that's going on the market next week.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, Jill, did you understand? Like
Yeah.
the okay.
Do I have
Okay.
to be interested or unsure about the
You can
property?
be anything you want,
Okay.
and you can make mistakes.
Okay.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I want you to make mistakes.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right, go for it.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hi.
Hi, is this Jill?
Yes. Who
Hi,
is this?
Jill. Hi, Jill. My name is Miriam. I'm with Keller Williams Capital Properties. Am I reaching you at a good time?
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Miriam.
Awesome. Nice to meet you too. I'm giving you a call because your next door neighbor is selling. We're due to go live on the market next week, but I'm reaching out to folks in the neighborhood to let them know first that this property is hitting the market, and really would just love to see if you have any interest in buying the home, or just even learning more about where you're at in your goals right now, see if I can provide any value to you.
I'm not sure because I'm not sure if I can afford it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, I would love to spend a moment uh
Make
what?
mistakes. Make mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, see, I understand. My client, is this my listing?
No.
Okay,
Sorry. Yes, yes, it is. Yes.
okay, okay. Is it legal to say my client did let me know that you may be interested? Um, let's see. Okay. Oh, I totally understand. Uh, I'd love to connect you with my preferred lender to, for a pre qualification, if you're interested, just to give you some insight, because oftentimes, I've had clients that like think that they can't afford a home, and turns out they very much can. So, would love to make that connection for you if that's something that you're interested in exploring. It's, there's no obligation to move further. It's just purely informational. What do you
Great.
think?
Um,
We'll stop here.
Okay.
So that was, how did you feel about that?
We're coming out of atrophy, one mistake at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was great. It was great. Um, so how do you feel knowing that you can make a mistake?
That's a good reminder. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Um, okay. So just a suggestion again, know what there's usually the same answers people give you. So just have answers already set and know them like a script, like a poem, what those are. And then you fill in and make it your own. But so just know what to say. We say, well, I don't know if I can afford it. I got a lot of those questions at the bridal expo. Here's like a young couple in their 20s, neither one of them have jobs, you know, and they're like, want to buy a house. And I'm like, how do I talk to these people, right? But um so and you were right. So many people think I can afford it because they don't know their financial situation. So the best way, and that's one of the things that I was explaining to them, one of the best things you do is I have a couple of brokers that I work with, that lenders. Now, a lot of people don't know these words, right? So what does a lender do? What does a loan officer do? So I say I have a couple of people who are the ones that can get you the loan. So I kind of make it really simple, like you're talking to a toddler sometimes, because we are familiar with terminology, they are not. So they're the ones who can get you the loan, and they can sit down and look at your whole financial situation. And then, even though you might have really low score or you have unpaid credit card debt, which we all do, they can tell you, hey, pay this one off first instead of these, because these are not as important. And that itself can get you 5 more points in 2 months, because that is the case. But you just explain it to them like in a very layman's term. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they will be able to let you know what 5, 6 things you need to do to be ready to buy in 6 months from now, a month from now, or next year. I'm going to stay in touch with you. I'm going to keep reminding you, and I'm going to stay in touch with a lender, by the way, just between us, to know what those things that they gave them to do. And I will periodically check in and say, hey, Susan, how is paying that, T-Mobile bill coming along? Well, I'm making $20 a month. Can you make a $40 payment this month? Come on, you can do it, whatever. And kind of help them in that thought process. So you're right. That's a big one. That's a big thing everybody says. I don't think I can afford it. So have some really, depending on who you're talking to, there might be somebody who already bought a house and is very versed in real estate, then you be able to kind of explain it to them in terminology that we all use, and then have sort of like another version that is very simplistic. Um, okay, Jill. Um, So can you call Victoria?
Yeah.
And Victoria is she is a seller. She has a house and she wants to sell it herself.
Sell it herself. Okay.
So you found out that she's selling it herself, and you want to tell her that you're a realtor and you would love to help her.
Okay.
So I want anything that comes into your mind to say,
Okay.
not the right thing, anything.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll try.
Okay.
Ring, ring,
Victoria.
ring.
Hello,
Hi, is this Victoria?
this is Victoria.
I'm Jill from Keller Williams Capital Property, and I'm a realtor. I heard that you're selling your house, so I was
Yes, do you
wondering,
have a buyer for me?
no, not yet. I was
Why are
wondering,
you calling?
your motivation for selling your house.
Well, it's a long story. My husband left me and took
Oh,
all my money, and I just have to sell this house. So, I can't give any to a realtor. I know you guys charge so much money, and, you might bring undesirables through my house. I just don't, I just can't.
oh, but so I was thinking that maybe I can help you because sometimes when you're selling a house on your own, um, you're not you can't screen like which buyer is like the best for you, but we can do that for you, and
Ah.
we can do a net sheet and let you know how like you are actually receiving. Are you interested in that?
I don't even know what a net sheet is, so I don't need any sheets. I have plenty of sheets.
Oh, but if you like, if we can organize um everything for you and let you know like what actually will charge you, like what what fees that will, we don't have hidden fees, and we're like going to show you all the fees so you can know which one will actually cost more and which buyers are costing less.
So I'm trying to get $1 million out of this house. It's like one bedroom. I haven't updated it or anything, but I know it's worth that. So what do you think my house is worth?
I haven't seen your house yet, so it would be great if I can meet you in person and also see the house in person. Then I can show you the CMA, and then
What's
we
the
can talk about
CMA?
it's like comparing the houses in your neighborhood so you can know the actual value. And I also can discuss with you what the market, how's the market now, and how's
Great. We're
neighborhood.
going to stop. We're going to stop. It's tough, right, Jill?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's so hard
No,
to be
no,
annoying to Jill because she's so sweet.
no.
It's fine.
Victoria, I don't think you saw. I sent you a text on the chat saying hang up on her.
Oh, I don't see it in the text.
But I
In the
just
chat.
wanted you to get a taste of that.
Uh-huh.
No, Jill, that's great. Listen, we've all been there.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You fought. I like that. You kept at it. I love that. And she brought some really good points. So now you know if you reach somebody, and you will reach somebody like that. I've reached somebody like that many times, right? When they just kind of, what can you do for me? You know?
Yeah.
um, then you'll know what to say. And the more you do it, the more it will. And that's one of the things we're going to do in that class. We're going to keep drilling these uncomfortable conversations so they don't become uncomfortable anymore.
Mhm.
I feel like people that are really annoying and like standoffish, they can become your best buddy, because they're just worried and scared, and they come across like you're like, I never want to work with this person. But sometimes they'll like fall in love with you, and totally trust you.
Right. Right. Okay, so Victoria, why don't you and Allison do a call? And Victoria, call Allison. And you just kind of saw that she posted on Facebook that she liked this house in Baltimore City. That's all the information you have. You have her name and phone number.
Sorry, I had to close my door. I'm ready.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Allison. My name's Victoria Bruce. I'm with Keller Williams Capital Properties, and I'm calling because I saw that you might be interested in a property in Baltimore.
I am interested in a property in Baltimore. I don't really know much about it. I don't really know the area very well. Can you tell me a little bit more about the area?
Sure. Where are you coming from?
I am coming from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay. And what's your motivation to move, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I am getting married and I just got a job down here. So I
Congratulations.
wanted to just migrate into this area and be a little bit closer for work.
Okay. So are you working in the office all week, and where's your office location?
Oh, my office location is Keller Williams Legacy in Timonium. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm kind of looking in the Baltimore area just to be close by.
Okay, super. Now, I mean, do you feel like you want to live the city life? That would be more like downtown Baltimore. There's some great locations. Or Timonium is more, that's, more suburban, more spread out. And
Definitely more spread out. I don't like
Mhm.
people.
Okay.
So don't. Sorry, Angie's face got me. Hang on. Um, sorry, back in character now. I don't like people and I don't like people close to me. So I really don't want to be in the city.
Maryland is perfect for you. We have plenty of people like you here.
I'm sorry.
I hate people too.
I'm just trying to play a
Apologize.
role.
Why
Get over
are you
that.
apologizing? Don't apologize.
I don't actually, I swear, but
I don't either.
oh man, I lost it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's look for some gated communities with some antisocial clubs that you can belong to.
That'd be perfect. As long as I can lock everybody out and have a lot of security, as I have a child, and that's very important to me.
Absolutely. I'm sure we can find what you're looking for. Let's make a time to meet and we can go over some ideas about where you can look.
Perfect.
So we'll stop here. So, Victoria, that was great. And also it was great because you really listened. Like she said, I'm going to be getting married. You said congratulations. So you were really moment to moment with her. You were listening and you were responding based on what she said and not like thinking about what am I going to say next. So that was really great. The only suggestion that I have is when you said, yeah, let's meet, give her times. Well, I'm free, on Wednesday at 2 o'clock or Monday after 5 after, finish work. Which one of those two work better for you? Instead of just let's meet.
Yeah, good point.
That way you give them an option to just pick one. That always is very effective. Allison, good job, Allison. Thank you for
This-
joining in.
Fun fact, I am not an agent, so that was
I know.
not going to help me. I'm actually the market center administrator at
I
Legacy.
know.
So for those who don't know me,
But
Nice to
you're
meet
also
you.
learning and you will be getting your license, so it's all good.
yeah, eventually. So just
Yeah.
this way. I'm not actually a coach. I'm just standing in because Alana's in France. So
Yes. All right.
Well, thank you both for being here for us while our
Oh God,
fearless
yeah,
leaders are abroad, both of them at the
Absolutely.
same time.
absolutely. So I like to kind of finish up with giving ourselves, including myself, just 2 or 3 things that we're going to do for the rest of the week that we kind of make a commitment to each other and kind of verbalize it aloud so we can have accountability. So who likes to go first? Just 3 things, whatever those 3 things are that would be a challenge.
I can go first. I will
Thank-
start.
Good job, Jill.
I'll start talking to people at the market or go
That's
walk
too
around.
vague.
Yeah.
That's too vague. Give yourself a number per day.
Can I start with 2 people per day?
Yeah, you can start with one.
Okay. I'll do 2.
You'll do 2 people a day for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Awesome. And just hello. Oh, sorry, your cart is in the way. Can you scoot over? Thank you so much. Something like that.
Okay.
Anything, any conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the second thing? Let's pick 2 things that you would do.
I'll also try cold calling 1 per day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Victoria?
So I have a task for myself. There's a historical property out here that was like the childhood home of Johns Hopkins.
Oh, wow.
And it's got 13 acres and it's only 1.4 million. And it's like a historical property. I'm like, why is this on the MLS? Like, this should be bought by either the university or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to track down as many people as I can, including the county executive and all that, all these people. And it probably won't be me selling this or finding a buyer. It could be a nonprofit. I just want it preserved and I don't want more townhouses on that property.
Where are you located?
The house is in Gambrel, so it's in Anne Arundel. But
Yeah.
I called Johns Hopkins, like the head of real estate development, and he was super rude to me, and didn't care less about this property. So then I was like, well, now I'm on a mission.
Yeah.
So I've already emailed the Historical Society, but I feel like in doing things like this, I'm able to sort of knock on doors, and meet more people that know I'm a realtor now.
That's right. What's another thing? 2 things.
Another thing is, I want to do more blogs about short videos about real estate. And,
Okay. Okay.
and maybe I
So
can
do you
interview
do-
people, so I'm talking to them.
So do you do little videos with the houses you do open houses with?
I do lots of little videos, informational ones, different ones. Yeah.
Great. Do you follow any realtors on like Instagram?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Because there's some really funny ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Miriam?
So top of mind, my KWCP is having a content day on Friday, so making sure I attend that.
Who is?
Keller Williams Capital Properties.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're having a content day at a property in DC. I missed the last one because I didn't feel camera ready.
Right.
I will be there this Friday and I will show up and do it. And yes, and I would like to schedule an open house. It's been way too long since I've hosted one. So look them up and reach out to agents and see if I can host one this weekend.
Great. Do you know how to go to MLS and see who in your branch is doing open house? I mean, has listings?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. And it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So do it today so you can already be set up and then you have things to do by the time we reach Sunday. Good
Mhm.
job.
Thank you. And then I guess one more. I plan to ask ChatGPT like the most like 10 or 20. I'll start with 10, like most common objections in like real estate calls, and then practice those scripts. So that I can start to
That's
feel.
great. And if you have everybody's email, copy it and send it to everybody. I'm sure they'll love it.
Yeah, if everyone can drop it in the chat. Is there any other kind of like central source for this group? Because I don't remember.
I'm with Keller Williams. Legacy. You guys are with Capital.
Mhm.
Allison, I don't know how everybody's connected. Do you guys?
Can you repeat the question? Just because I heard it, but I didn't process it.
Yes. No, I just I couldn't remember where I got the link for this group, but I'm so happy I joined today.
Oh, Life.
I'm sorry.
I got it. Life at kwcp.com. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. I figured that's where it was. But yes, I am happy to share my findings and the scripts that
So yeah. Oh no, what I was saying is, Allison, give Miriam your email, and when she gets that list of from ChatGPT, you can send it to the group, and people might want to also look at it. You know what
Perfect.
I'm saying? Okay. And then Tim? Tim leave us?
He had to go because he had, I can't remember what he said he had.
He might be at work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. And what I'm going to do is I got 30 names of people, 30 actual conversations I had about real estate with people that are interested in buying or selling. So I am going to call 30 people and connect them this week. And the second thing is I'm going to set them up with a lender and to go over their finances so we can see which one of those are viable and either whether they're this month, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, whenever, and kind of put all of their names in my database and contact. Yeah, on contact list. So that's what I'll do. All right, guys, was fun.